Tiny Dancer 1 again. I am going to be making some raw almond milk. And I know there's a lot of recipes out there on the internet and on YouTube even about almond milk. But, you know, there's all different kinds of ways to making it. I want my videos to be, or I intend my videos to be for average people, you know, whether they have a fancy juicer or blender or not. To me, I got kind of a so-so juicer, and I've got a middle-of-the-road blender. I'm not in a financial position to get a Vitamix or you know, other fancy juicers and such. I'm gonna have to wait and save up for those. But still, you can still get by. It doesn't have to stop you from going raw. And another thing I would like to talk about is the quality of my videos. I'm filming on my regular digital camera, and I don't have any fancy video equipment or anything like that. Like I said, I'm just kind of starting out at this, so bear with me. And it's just going to be unedited. I prefer it that way. I like to keep it real. And so, and also, you know, we're all human. We all make mistakes. I'm going to stutter. I'm going to, you know, flub up some words, whatever. You know, it is what it is. And to me, the message is more important than, I guess, the quality of the video. So that's just me. That's the way I feel about it. You know, if you like, you know, higher quality videos, well, there's plenty of them out there. So I'm trying to gear my stuff more towards, you know, people that just would like the information and maybe a little entertainment. Because I know I'm going to be making mistakes. Anyway, let's get on with the video. Okay, what we're going to start with here is some raw almonds. And what we're going to do, I've got about 1.5 cups in here. And I'm just going to show you how you start it. I like to, you know, we're going to be soaking these. I love these mason jars. I like this little gadget too. This is nice if you need to pour stuff. It just sits over the top of it and it gives you a wider base to pour whatever you need to in it. It works for all kinds of stuff. And I love ball and mason jars. I love them. I have a lot of them, as you can see. I've got the big ones. I've got the little ones. I've even got the little itty bitty ones. These are great. You always want to soak your nuts in glass. As a matter of fact, try to use glass whenever possible. Plastic leaches out a lot of bad chemicals that wreak havoc on our system, and particularly our hormones and the BPAs, which have been attributed to cancer. So we want to stay away from those. Okay, so what we're going to do with these, we're going to cover these with water. There, I'm just going to use this water right here. We have well water, so we're really lucky. If you have fluoridated water, you're going to want to probably get a little something in there. Get that out. You're probably going to want to get some filtered water or just distilled water. Distilled water will work. And distilled water is really good for you too. If you want to detox, distilled water and lemons, like, it'll do it really quickly. And you can get your minerals. They say, oh, well, you're not going to get enough minerals out of your water, you know, if you do distill. Well, you know, if you're taking vitamins and minerals and you're eating well, distilled water isn't going to harm you. That's my opinion. Again, I'm not a doctor, so take it for what it's worth. Anyway, so what we're going to do, we're going to let these sit for 8 to 12 hours. Or 24 hours even. I like 24 hours. And the reason why we're going to want to do that, I got my 24-hour one here, is because all nuts and seeds have a phytic acid in it. And a phytic acid it keeps the seed from turning into a plant right away until it's ready to be planted. And that protects it. But it's also kind of toxic, and it is acid building in our system. Like when we eat that, it's really hard to digest, for one, and it also it raises or lowers the pH of your body, you know, in the digestion process. So you want to stay away from that. And anyway, also when you soak the nuts, it makes them a lot softer, and it releases the enzyme inhibitors, and that's what you want. That's where you're really going to get your good nutrition. That's the stuff that we're aiming for here. And it also is very alkalizing as well. So I'm just gonna take these ones that I've soaked yesterday, and they're ready now. So I'm gonna take them here and I'm gonna rinse them out. There you go, just like that. I don't know if you can see this, but this is like a little round screen that, you know, fits over the top of the jar, and then the, oops, I'm mixing water. The lid, just these little round lids just fit right over the top of them. They're great for straining, and they're wonderful for sprouting. I'm going to do another video on sprouting too. I love sprouting. Okay, whoops. Okay, there we go. Water off. Alright, so what we're going to do here is we're going to take these. And there's about, see, as you can see, the almonds, they expand also when you soak them, so you get a lot of nuts there. A lot more volume. Okay, I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to throw in some water here. Depending on how thick you want your milk, it's going to depend on how much water you're going to put in there. I like kind of middle, you know, kind of not too thick, but not too thin. So here we go. You can use your own discretion. I think y'all are smart enough to figure that one out. Okay. Also, if you want to put a little pinch of salt in. I use Himalayan salt, pink Himalayan salt. Oh boy, that stuff is good. It's got minerals in it that we need. And you know, regular table salt, don't use it. You don't need the iodized salt. As a matter of fact, the stuff that they use to process that with, again, another poison. Whereas the Himalayan salt, that's natural. It's pink. It's pretty pink. Anyway, I throw a little pinch in there like that. Okay, and I'm going to put in some vanilla. A little bit of vanilla today. And, you know, you don't have to put in vanilla. And that's just my own personal thing I like to do. You can leave it plain. It's just as good plain as it is with vanilla. And, oh, let me see here. I think I'm going to grab me some, put some honey. Oh, I know what I was going to do. We're going to put dates in. I chopped up 4 dates here to put in here to add a little sweetness to it. You can use honey if you prefer, or even a raw sugar works. I try to stay away from like sugar. So I like dates because I have hypoglycemia, and it has a slower glycemic uptake, so it's a lot easier on my system. And it tastes good too. Oh boy, dates sweeten everything nicely. Boy, if any chance you get a chance to use dates, do it. It's good. They're great candy too. That's my new candy is dates. So what I like to do, I'm using like a kind of a you know, lower grade blender. It's an Oster blender. I mean, it's a good blender, you know, just for, you know, blending up a few things here and there. But, you know, for doing raw and juicing and stuff like that, you kind of want to go easy on it. And so I like to pulse it first and just kind of chop it up and get it going. That. There we go. And now I'm just going to go ahead and let her fly. You're going to want to blend this now for about, I like to do it for at least 3 minutes. I'll go like up to 5 sometimes.